everybody? This is Johnny the Mick with the Mick Presents, and today we're in the studio with D-Rock Tucker. What's going on, Derek?
What's up, Johnny D?
Not much, brother. Thanks for coming down here. Where were you born, bro?
I was born in Long Beach.
You're a Long Beach native then, huh?
Long Beach native.
Very cool. What neighborhood?
Oh, I grew up on the north side, man.
You a north side Long Beach guy?
Yes. Rough area, like near like Artesia and Orange, like right by Jordan High School.
Jordan High School. Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of music did you hear in the house growing up?
Growing up, oh man, from my dad's side, there was a lot of like jazz and 70s, like Crusaders, Earth, Wind and Fire type stuff. My mom was all into Chicago, Peter Cetera, like top 40 stuff. So I get the really melodic. My mom's got all the melodic stuff. My dad's got more ear for harmony and stuff like that.
So what was the first band that stood out for you as a youngster that you heard around the living room?
Oh, the first band. It's a close tie between No Doubt and Green Day.
So tell me about the first time you heard one of those bands. What happened for you?
You know, with No Doubt, it was like I heard her self-titled album, the red one, and the bass, man. I was a bass player at the time, and at the time I played upright bass. But that record for me, man, I just heard what Tony was doing on that. The slapping and funk. I was sold. It just took it away, and then the horns and stuff were really cool too.
So I take it you grew up kind of in the ska era, Southern California.
Oh, definitely a ska boy, man. So that my whole family was just into it. Especially my older brother Jarrett. He was like the biggest he's a guy I look up to as far as he was a leader in all the situations. He was a singer in his band, played saxophone, and I just was always going to shows with him to see his band, or just going to check out shows with him and stuff. So that had a huge influence on me.
So what happened with your first real act, the one that stands out there, your music, besides just being a bass player?
Oh man, besides just being a bass player, that took a while. That's fast forwarding to college. I got really disenchanted with the whole idea of being like a jazz/classical bass player, and just wasn't working for my soul. So the 5-string Fender Squier that I had, I traded to the guitar player for my ska band for a Fender acoustic from the 80s.
I'm going to dive right into it right now.
Right.
What kind of artist are you?
Well, the first thing that I'd have to say in response to that question is that I am an artist, which sort of is a different thing. It took me a while to realize that. For me, it's more about the art, the finished product, the song and how it sounds. So whatever might lend itself to that, it's just you go up to a painter, you don't say, what kind of artist are you? You look at his painting, and that's the proof is there. He might use a variety of different colors for what he's doing, but fundamentally his art is just what it is. It's inspired by the moment or whatever was on his mind or whatever is going on in the world at that time.
What's inspiring you right now then?
Most recently, the most recent stuff I've written has been this sort of cross between the dark and light sides of human nature, and just watching people at coffee shops or in interactions, whenever you don't think that they're looking, or whenever they think that you're not looking, those are the moments when you could really just see what a person is about and what they're doing and the struggle that they're going through. And that's just amazing to me, just to have that light or that insight onto human nature and what's going on.
So what are you doing right now?
What am I doing right now? A lot of things are going on. I'm just trying to get into my first album. Been, spinning my wheels for a few years, just experimenting with different sounds, playing with different people, and right now I'm just working on getting a producer for this album, and have a couple of big shows coming up in July, and in addition to playing on the shows, I'm also producing the shows, so it's definitely a big task, but it's very rewarding. What's
the underlying message of your record right now that you're creating?
The record is the tentative title is Silhouettes, and it goes back to what we were just talking about being an artist. It's about people. The songs that are selected to be on there they're a far cry from where I started when I was writing songs at USC, which was really, I was going through all this emotional strife, pain, suffering, all that emo bullshit. really, well, I was writing those emo songs. Maybe they didn't sound like it, but functionally the lyrics were. And when I was living in downtown LA, met this artist, Che. I was living in this artist loft downtown, and the work that he did really inspired me to sort of paint pictures of people. And so that's what this album is about, is really just it's loosely based and inspired by different people that I've known, and but then it's not totally like biographical. It's there's a lot of fictional elements to it, and expanding the characters and making them larger than life, and how they're dealing with these huge concepts and stuff.
All right, let me ask you another one then. What would you want your epitaph to read?
Epitaph? For he's a jolly good fellow. I could do. Well, I want people to sing that at my funeral, but.
So, what's the most important thing to you?
Most important thing to me is really just helping people out and being involved and being active in life, and just trying to suit up and show up every day. Yeah, just playing my role.
So, how does that transcend into your music career? What path are you taking?
I'm just trying to stay active as a songwriter and putting on these shows and making an album. But then also, as a bass player, like the other day I was cutting the tracks for a musical that I performed in last month. With Casey last week we're working on a hip hop track. I mean, that's the exciting shit, man. Just being able to just like be involved in all these different projects and see them come to fruition and create good fucking music that people can be inspired by. And just that one moment when you're listening to the radio and there's songs you've never heard before comes on, and you're like, whoa, that just really fucking made my day. And whatever it is, whether it's fucking hip hop, rap, pop, whatever genre you put on, whatever station that comes on, that doesn't really fucking matter. Just to be able to create music like that is, I think, the coolest thing ever.
What is the message that you want to give to people?
The message
that are trying to make art on their own terms.
Journey says it all, man. Fucking cheesy ass Journey, just a small town girl, whatever. Just don't stop believing, because you're gonna wake up some days and everything's gonna be really shitty. You're gonna wake up some days and things are gonna be good, and it really doesn't matter. You just gotta keep on going and not let other people or stress or whatever get to you, because that's gonna be there. That's like a constant. It's a given, and you can't really worry too much about what you're gonna eat, where you're gonna live. If you have like that deep centered sense of faith and that everything's gonna be okay, if you really have that at your core, then things will work out. The universe will attract to you, or you will attract to yourself what the universe has in store for you. It's the biggest thing, man. It doesn't matter what you're trying to create or who influences you, or just to keep on doing it.
Sometimes you got to lose. Sometimes you'll make the news. Forget it. You're human, perfect only when you think your picture is complete. Why not wait till you've seen the rest? I believe in love sometimes. I believe Cupid misfires sometimes. I believe in God's green earth and everything